I convene the September 14th, 2022 Physical Plant Committee meeting to order at 7 p.m. Chris, please call roll.
Marjorie Bortelli.
Here.
Karen Larson.
Here.
Emily Swistek.
Here.
Beth McQuillan.
Here.
Tatiana Weinstein.
Here. Agenda item 2 is opportunity for visitors to speak. Public comment is for the general public to address the board. Each person will have up to 5 minutes to provide public comment. Seeing none. Okay, let's move on to item 3.
I move to approve minutes of the August 10th, 2022 Physical Plant Committee meeting.
Second.
Roll call. Oh, discussion.
None
I
here.
didn't have anything.
Thank you.
Emily Swistek.
Aye.
Marjorie Bortelli.
Aye.
Karen Larson.
Aye.
Right.
Item number 4 is roof inspection report. Assistant Director McQuillan will walk us through the report.
So a few Fridays ago, I think it was the 26th, Metal Master, who happens to be the people who install the roof, they send the technician annually to inspect the roof. We usually do it in the fall or end of summer. It's a good time. Make sure the gutters are cleaned out. And the technician walks the entire length, breadth of the roof. Also is on top of the storage unit on space that's on the west side of the library. Mm-hmm. And also, looks at the gutters down on the main, from the sidewalk area. And, also, as I said, they clean out the gutters. So he then provided us a report that you have here. And in it, he marked that he did clean out the gutters. And he found 3 spots that are marked 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. And on those spots, there's some type of a small damage to the roof or a small perforation that he sees. And then he, where you see those,
Page 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So where he puts that black tape on that shows number 3, which is on page 8, that's just a temporary patch. And then they have provided a proposal in your packet here for our discount for being a returning customer is $898, of which they will make those repairs that they recommended. They see. They show you the before and after pictures of cleaning out the gutters.
Right.
And then he shows where they see that there was one perforation with the new canopy, and that will be Canosi's responsibility to repair that once the canopy area is finished, because that's still under construction.
Yeah, that'll be integrated into whatever the canopy will be.
Right.
Okay.
When on page 7, the second area by number 2, when we say due to damages caused by others, is that just anything that could possibly happen, or specifically who's others?
He's kind of just saying he didn't do the damage.
Anybody else.
Anybody else? Okay.
And really, nobody's been on the roof.
Sure.
Yeah, or acts of nature,
It's just,
Okay.
yeah.
And then on page 8, the last under canopy, why were they advised not to provide any further inspection of this area? It says the very last sentence.
because Camosi's still working on it.
Oh,
So there's no, they made mention that they saw this because they have to make mention of it
Okay.
in their report, but there's still much more work to be done in this area by
Okay.
Camosi.
And
Yes,
they'll be
what he's also
responsible.
saying that they're not going to include that in their proposal to be repaired.
okay.
Gotcha.
And this area, I believe it's right outside here where we have the grading. We have that, remember when we did the walk around? And I asked if we could do anything about that area that to me was unattractive. It catches branches and it's the lower part of the roof. There's a
The part
Is
over
it-
there,
Thank
it's on the
you.
west end.
Yes.
On the west end, where
Yeah.
we were walking around by the sidewalk.
yeah.
Yeah, on the west end.
Do they clean in there?
Yes.
Okay, because there was a lot of debris in there and everything. Okay,
Yes.
there's no picture, but I assume they did. Or unless there is a picture, I'm
No.
just not. And there doesn't need to be.
Well, at the top of page 7,
Ah.
that's the storage unit.
Oh, the flat part of the roof?
Right.
Okay, but
It looks much different than it did when we were on our walk.
yeah, it looked like it had
Like a
almost like a rebar.
Yeah, yeah.
Crisscrossing.
Yeah.
Where
The
you,
grate.
The
great,
Oh,
thank you.
The
Great.
grate. That's
Is
what I'm
that
talking
cleaned
about.
out?
That's not a roofing.
Yeah,
area.
it's. I mean, they put in the grating. Didn't Metal Master put that in?
I wouldn't know.
The grate over the
Air
HVAC.
conditioning unit?
Yes, I believe they did.
I don't know that it needs to be cleaned, but it does catch.
A lot
Yes.
of debris.
It does,
Mhm.
and it's. I believe it has. Doesn't it have some fabric, landscape fabric over it or under it?
There's something there.
Yeah, but our guys on our staff will pull like any large branches or anything like that. But our next agenda item about removing some of those dead trees is going to help in that respect too.
Because it won't be dropping stuff
Yeah.
on it.
Okay, that's all I have.
So we're going to move forward with the proposal if everybody
Sure.
is
Yes.
agreeable.
Yeah.
Is that what it, every year when they come, is that typically like normal charge? I mean,
Yes.
Depending on if there's
Yeah,
repairs.
just repairs.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 5 is landscape options on the Kingston Avenue. Director Weinstein will walk us through the options.
Okay, so on page 11, we have a new proposal. This has been modified from the previous proposal we saw, and I have to make mention that in the first paragraph, it says no trees proposed to be removed, and then the very next line is cut down 3 trees. So he knows we're going to X out that sentence. He just moved it from the last proposal to this one, so we'll X it out and initial it. But we're going to be removing 3 dead trees as we all walked around and saw,
Mhm.
and we asked him to do. And then he proposed 6 evergreens that are low maintenance, aren't going to get too large. So 3 globe arborvitae and 3 dwarf globe loose spruce. And he's going to install mulch all throughout and remove all the debris and then grind all the stumps of the dead trees. So we have our proposal for that work, and then on the next page you can see the types of dwarf shrubbery we will strategically place in place of the dead foliage. And then on the next pages, we asked Nigel to take some before pictures because we talked about presenting this to the board, showing kind of a before and after.
Mhm.
So we've got some street shots from Kingston, and then on the last page, you can see some of on the bottom, there's those weed bushes, and then on the top, there's the dead tree. And we'll share that with the board once we get rid of them, so we can show the befores and afters.
It's gonna look really nice.
Yeah, it's gonna look clean and less maintenance. You know, we will have less to hire for to get rid of dead branches and such. So I like having evergreens. I think it's a good suggestion. Everybody agree?
And it'll go with what's already down and
Yeah.
at the northwestern corner. It'll go with what's already kind of been done, so
Move
it'll look,
along.
it'll transition nicely.
And if we want to add different things down the line, we can.
Yeah, like if we wanted to plant bulbs one year or something like that, we can do that next year. But cleaning it up right now and putting some, maintenance-free evergreens, I think is a good step
Yeah.
in the right direction.
Definitely.
Okay, great.
And this is in addition to what we've already done.
This will be the work that will come after the corner work. So in this area on the streetscape pictures, it'll take care of this area.
Okay.
So we'll take care of the dead trees up in here and then some of the
Scrub
shrub bush. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, and really, if everything to the left in these pictures has already been taken care of.
Okay.
And looks really nice.
Sure
Yeah,
does.
we get lots of people.
I mean, every time I drive past it, I'm like, this is so nice.
We've
Yeah,
got
it's very
moms
noticeable.
with baby carriages, they actually go up onto the like where the new little dwarf
Yeah.
pines are with the baby carriages, and they just hang out there and talk and have their morning coffee.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
it's nice.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. Item 6 is the facility update from Assistant Director McClellan.
So I just wanted to share a few physical plant things that have happened since our last board meeting. We had a wasp nest removed on the campus, and it was in the east parking lot in an evergreen. And it was sort of like just beyond where the 2 green tents are outside. And the Anderson Pest Solutions, who's our pest control people, they're the ones that came and took care of the removal. And they actually saw the wasps leaving the nest and going back and forth, so they could identify. And it's a wasp nest, but they're called white-faced hornets. And you can look them up online. They're kind of a bigger wasp, but they do
Not
have
cute. Not cute.
no, but they definitely have this white sort of mask looking face. So that was removed, and the nest was about the size of a bowling ball, and I was happy that staff saw it and got it taken care of.
Good.
Monaco, our HVAC technicians, they were here to unclog a discharge hose from one of the air handlers, and that was on the east end. Happy that, so it kind of acts like a dehumidifier, so you know how the water is discharged that way. This is kind of the same situation. So there was some debris in the line. They cleaned it out, and now we don't have any water dripping. So that was good. They're going to be here tomorrow to replace filters. And during COVID, we kind of updated the frequency to our filter replacement. And now that we're in construction, where there's sort of some more, construction dust, this is a good thing to. Monaco recommended that we continue replacing the filters on a frequent basis. So they come 8 times a year now. So we're going to stick to that plan for the current time. And the other item, we received a new what they call a Knox box, and that's the where the fire department has the keys to the building in an emergency. So it's a box that's outside. You designate the door. The fire department knows on these larger buildings, and it's the keys that they can get into anything in the building.
Did we receive it or did we
Yes.
order it? Okay.
Well, we've ordered it and we've received it, and as soon as we're ready to move to the west end of the building, it will be installed, and it'll be at the receiving door.
That's KNOCK, Knock
I
box?
think it's NOX.
KNOX.
KNOX.
Right.
Okay. Sounds like a radio station.
Right. And currently, it's down at this east end.
Oh, we do have one.
We have
Yeah,
one right
it's
now.
old. It's they wanted
Okay.
us to have a nicer one.
Right.
Okay.
So I think that's the entire update since our last board meeting.
Sounds good.
Any other questions?
I don't think so.
So you're saying that'll get moved over to the receiving entrance when we move to phase 2
Construction.
of construction?
Yep.
Okay. So right now it's still at the east
Because
end
that's our entrance.
because that's the entrance. Then it'll move
Right,
to the
once we start using the other entrance.
but you said receiving, so not at the
Yes.
entrance, not at the
Right.
patron entrance, but at the receiving entrance.
because after consultation with the fire chief, he thought it would be more appropriate to be by our receiving door because that's the closest to our mechanical room on the west end,
Okay.
where a lot of the access panels are for fire protection.
Where's the closest fire hydrant here? Do we know?
It's on Front Street. It's I think east on Front Street.
East of Front Street.
Just like if you're standing at the new entrance, it's just east on Front Street, I believe.
Like, is it on our property? Like, I mean, in the easement of our property?
Yes.
At this property, not
On
the
the park-
adjacent one?
On the parkway. I think it's right in between,
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Just curious. Okay,
There's probably one not far on Kingston also, I would think.
Mm.
Like,
gotta
I
be.
feel like there's gotta be one close on Kingston.
Now we'll go look.
Yeah, super curious. Of course, it's dark, but
Yeah.
the light of day tomorrow.
Yes, but
Right.
the school is across the street, there's gotta be
Right.
separate.
School,
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. The last item on the agenda is to adjourn. May I have a motion and a second?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? No. Okay, we are adjourned at
Wow.
roll call.
All in favor?
All in favor?
I
Wow, is that the
Okay.
Now
quickest
we are
meeting ever?
adjourned at 7:16.